What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Journey. SPK, kick the beat. So guys, I want you to imagine that you have a really great job and you happen to be at a public place. Let's say a very nice hotel. Now you've had a long day, and of course, because it's your job and you're talented at what you do, some people recognize you. So somebody says your name, hey bro, what's going on? And all of this, can we buy you a drink? You're like, nah, I gotta go to work in the morning, right? You're just minding your business. You're on your way up to the elevator, right? Then some woman calls you over and she says, romantic music. Hey, so-and-so, how are you doing? I'm a big fan of your work. Can I have your autograph? You go over there. You don't even say very much to her. 30-second conversation. You don't ask for a phone number. You don't hug her. The most you do, shake her hand. You go upstairs because you got to get up in the morning and finish your project. Now, you make a lot of money. And then the next thing in the morning, you get an email that says, yeah, so you're suspended from work because of allegations. How would you feel? Now, most of you will be trying to wake up thinking it's a terrible dream. And it is a terrible dream. I've had dreams like that, similar, not equal. But here's the situation. This happened to Michael Irvin, former Cowboys wide receiver, superstar, and sports analyst. Now, I know that a lot of the Cowboys players in the 90s, like Nate Newton and even Michael Irvin himself, they had a lot of problems. That whole team off the field was problematic. But Michael Irvin has not had any issues since retiring, especially no issues like this. And people are going to believe these allegations. Now, stop the show. Now, I would believe this is a white woman making these allegations because we don't know who she is, but we do know that these allegations are leveraged against him. But here's the problem. White men, and I don't make this racist, but they are white, have come to his defense. Now, TMZ has two separate interviews. We're going to play each of them to basically see what the guys have to say, and then I'm going to come back.
Were you right there when the interaction, like that's kind of been questioned, kind of happened?
Yeah, 100%. So we just came back in from the lobby after taking like a group picture. So I was there with a few of my friends. It was a bit of a work meeting. We had a really positive interaction with Michael. Group photos. I then got a one-on-one photo with Michael, which was great. I was at the back of the group as we re-entered the lobby. So I saw Michael. He was heading towards the lifts, and then he gets called back by a young lady just to say hello. And
did you hear like exactly what happened? Or what was said? It was a very it
was a positive, like friendly conversation.
Yeah.
They had a brief interaction. It was 30-40 seconds. He kept his distance at all time. Stood about a meter away from her. They ended it with a handshake, and he literally turned around and went back to the lift.
But was anything like inappropriate said, or like
No, not at all. Not at all. There was a little bit of laughter. Obviously jovial conversation. Nothing untoward. For me to actually take notice of what was going on.
So there's not even like, did she react in any, there's no way that she reacted uncomfortably at all?
No, not in my opinion. Like she turned around, like after the conversation, she went back into the bar area or around the bar area, and everyone continued their evening. It was nothing that I witnessed that was untoward whatsoever.
Well, what happened? You were there. Yeah, so I was at the bar, and I was there with two buddies of mine. We were having like a business dinner, and we looked across the bar and saw there was Michael Irvin, which was really cool because I grew up watching football. I'm from Philadelphia, and we offered to buy him a drink. So I told the waitress, I said, "Hey, can you buy Michael a drink for us?" Michael declined the drink, but came over and said, "Thank you. I have work early tomorrow morning. I can't tonight." All that kind of stuff. And he could see, I had my phone open for a picture. So he said, "Do you want to take a picture?" I said, "Absolutely." He said, "Let's step outside. I can't take a picture inside the building," or whatever it was. Yeah. So we took a bunch of pictures outside, a little after 11 o'clock, I guess it was. And when we walked in, we walked back to go into the bar. He went straight to go to his hotel room. And I guess somebody that worked there, I don't know if it was a waitress or a bartender, came up and said, "Hey, it's Michael Irvin." And he said, "Oh, it's nice to meet you. I'm Michael," shook her hand. And the crazy part is it was like a 30-second interaction. Maybe it could have been a minute. Guys, I didn't really think much of it because it was just fan kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I woke up, that ended. He went up to his hotel. I woke up, I guess, this morning and saw this thing that said, Michael Irvin, like sexual assault. And I was like, God, I just took a picture with that guy. I can't believe it. And then I read it. And it was from the night that I was there, and I was like, this is baffling. Because I saw it, and I never witnessed something like that happen before.
So what you said she could have been like an employee of the hotel?
Yeah, she had a uniform on. So I don't know if she was a waitress or a bartender, but she was just in that lounge area or whatever. It was a crowded bar.
And it literally, like, what was optically, like, you're looking, it was, what happened? Like,
yeah, so I'm sitting, so we're sitting right here, and so she was at kind of the corner where the bar was, came around the corner and said, hey, Michael Irvin. He said, it's nice to meet you. We shook her hand, and it was about a 30-second interaction that was jovial, like a fan interaction, and that was it. And then she went back to work.
Just from your perspective, like, there's no way anything of the nature of, like, yo, you're cut from all the broadcasts. That doesn't even make sense from what you said.
That's why this morning I felt sick when I saw it, because it was the first time I was ever, firsthand experience where something like that happened that was just fabricated. It was a totally normal conversation, and the bar was, relatively packed. Like, it was a quick conversation in a crowded area. He went on his way. I never really thought about it again. And she went back to work. He went upstairs. And when I read that it was that he was like taken off of or canceled from like the NFL Network or whatever, it just was like mind blowing that happened so quickly off a 30-second conversation where it was normal. I didn't get it. So
wow. I appreciate you for sharing that.
Absolutely.
Any message to like Michael? You got to meet him and everything.
No, I'll say this, man. I'm from Philadelphia. I grew up. Michael was our enemy, right? But he's super, super, super nice guy, and that's why I felt like I needed to say something, only because he's a good dude, and to have that happen and have your like livelihood or your career taken is crazy. Like, it's not fair. So it was worth coming out and saying something.
So guys, you saw what was said there. Now, Michael Irvin has retaliated, and he is now suing the Marriott for $100 million. And bravo, I'm glad for him. And I believe that he will win because he didn't do anything wrong. Because if he did, there would be video footage of it. And even if he wanted to do something wrong, he would be dumb to do it with all of that. It's a public place. But I want this to be an example for men in the Western world, especially guys who have a lot of money, guys who are doing very well, or guys who have the intention of doing very well. This cancel culture stuff is real, and they can cancel you even if you didn't do it. All right, I have another video that I'm doing about these guys at Ohio State that they just beat an assault case with a woman when clearly the woman had consented to doing whatever she was doing. And in this case, it didn't even get to the room or anything. It's just cancel culture. So guys need to understand what you're dealing with. How you interact with women in the public means a lot. I was listening to this pastor who had a podcast. Actually, I forgot if I was reading the article, but he was a pastor. Pastor had went to Harvard, and he says that many times women try to come and get counsel in his office, and at first he would do it, or he would think about doing it, but then he had the horrific thought that one day some woman could come into his office and just run out and start saying that this person did X, Y, and Z to me. So what he does now, when meeting with women, he has 2 to 3 witnesses just to have a meeting. And guys, if you're successful and you have money and people know that you have money, this is coming down the block, all right? Because everybody's not gonna be talented like you. Everybody's not gonna be hardworking like you. You're gonna have people out here who are looking to get some free money, especially somebody working at the Marriott possibly. And hey, let's come out there and say something bad about you. They know it will never hurt them because she's gonna be protected and you have everything to lose. So even if she's wrong, it doesn't hurt her reputation because she doesn't have nothing to lose, but you do. And this is what's happening. A lot of men can lose their income and source of earnings based on somebody saying something that's a lie. And by the time everything comes out, your reputation is ruined. Nobody wants to touch you. And that's how it works. So men need to be very, very careful in their interactions with women in the workplace, in public. I don't care where you are. Don't think that, okay, well, this is America. I'm going to go and get my passport and go someplace else and not have to worry about it. I would be even careful how you deal with it anywhere else in the world, because the world is getting to be on the same sort of level, and that cancel culture can happen anywhere. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again. with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. We're out.